Alright, so the first thing you're going to do to do your steak is you're going to want to get your herb butter going because it's a very important part. I've got the oven preheating to 415 and that'll get it nice and hot. Take 1 tablespoon of butter. I've got some fresh tarragon here. It's kind of a sweet herb. I've also got some rosemary and some garlic. I'm just going to take that and I'm going to just finely chop that up really good. I've also got some fresh chives here, and we're going to go in with those too. Take those right into the butter. That's 1 tablespoon of butter. And there you go. A little bit of salt, just kind of the taste. And pop that in the microwave. About 15 seconds. As you can see, just mix it up really well. Then find something to pour it in that where it's going to take a shape. So I'm going to take that and I'm going to go in the freezer. I've got a nice fillet here. It's as you can see, nice and thick, probably about 1.25 inches thick. It's sitting out for about half an hour. I want to bring it up to room temp. We're going to flavor it. We're going to season it with salt and pepper. While we're doing that, we can turn our pan on. We want to get that pan up really high. Get that pan hot to where it's smoking a little bit before you add your oils. Flip that steak, season the other side. And don't forget, when you're seasoning your steak, kind of rub it in like that, like this. And don't forget the sides, but kind of mop up all that extra seasoning, salt and pepper and whatnot. Okay, you're gonna let that sit until you're ready. I can see my pan is already starting to smoke a little bit. What I'm gonna do is add a little bit of canola oil. You can add vegetable oil, you can add anything that's kind of a high smoke oil, but about that much is all we're going to need. Can you see that? And basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to let that get good and hot. While that's happening, I'm going to take some garlic, and I'm not even going to really chop it up. I'm just going to kind of crush it under my knife to where it's just like flattened out and kind of got all that seasoning flavor come out. I've got 3 tablespoons of butter. Basically what I'm going to do right now is go in with the steak just with the oil, and I'm going to go top side down. So you want to hear that nice sizzle. When you get it in there, press down all around. It's going to smoke. I'm not going to turn my exhaust on for the sake of the video, but it's going to smoke. Just get used to it. So what we're going to do is we're going to do about a minute on each side right here just for the crust. And then after that we're going to do another minute on each side with the oil, with the butter and garlic based, and then we're going to go in the oven for about 4.5 minutes. So what we're doing right now is just crusting it up real good. You don't want to move it around a whole lot once you put it in there. Put it in there and don't move it again until you're ready to flip it. All right, so that's been about a minute. We're going to go ahead and flip it. Get our first flip. You can see it's got a nice crust on that one. So still only just the oil that we had in there. Press down on it really good. Alright, that's about a minute on that side. One thing that you want to also do, don't forget, is stand it up and grab the edges. Derek, if your steak is not thick enough to be able to stand like this, sear the edges, you're doing something wrong, bud. Alright, so after that, we add our butter and we add our garlic. We're going to do about a minute on each side here too. I'm going to pull it kind of toward me and I'm just going to baste. It's easier to do this on a gas stove because the heat stays up there. But this is kind of where you get a lot of your flavor. And so we're going to do this for about a minute on each side. Alright, now we're going to flip it for the last time. For that last minute, you can see it's got a nice crust on it. Exactly what you want. We're going to baste this side really good. Determines how long you put it in there for. I like mine kind of a medium rare. So I'm going to put mine in there for about 4.5 to 5 minutes. That. Take that bad boy. Four and a half minutes in the oven. Alright, about to take it out. Take it out of the pan, over to the board to let it rest. By rule, you rest the steak for the same amount of time as you cooked it in the oven for, so we'll let that rest about 5 minutes. So we've let it rest. Last thing, get your herb butter out. You're going to want to put that right on top. And just let it begin to melt over the steak. Now those are the good juices. There you go, boys. Perfect medium rare steak.